Buffmetal back with another video. What is going on, guys? The topic of today's rant. The first time I heard King Diamond, I laughed my hiney off. What is going on, guys? Yeah, so I was thinking about this today, man, and I guess I was listening to some King Diamond while I was sitting on my porch yesterday after I had that video interview with Quest for Metal. If you didn't see that, go check it out. It's up on his channel now. And yeah, we had an absolute blast on there. I got plastered and I had to take a nap after that because I ended up getting pretty drunk. I started it with a shot, had a couple of beers, and honestly, man, I don't drink that much and that fast. And dude, yeah, me and Questy had a good old time, man. So if you haven't seen our video together, go check it out. It was a blast. Albums we drink to. Yeah, man. But the subject of today's video is kind of a goodie, dude. Like I think it brings me to a greater point, man. When you're talking about King Diamond, I got a couple of his albums right here I'm going to talk about. Yeah, when you're talking about King Diamond, I know a lot of people are very much hail to the king, right? And I am too, man. I like King Diamond. This is not a video where I'm gonna say that he sucks or something like that. He's so bad, I laugh at King Diamond. No, it's not that kind of thing, man. You know, it's actually kind of the opposite. Like, one of the kind of defining traits that I look for a lot of times in metal, extreme metal, you know, whatever it may be, I like something that's so absurd, that's so over the top, that's so unique and maybe shocking at first to hear, that it makes you, like, I don't know what else to say. It just made me laugh. The first time I heard Abigail, right? So start right off rip. Dude, this was the first King Diamond release I'd ever heard, and Arrival was the first song I'd ever heard by King Diamond. And, you know, I had thrown it on in the car, and I don't really remember much of the context other than when I first put it on, I you know, you get the through the summer rain of 1845. Dude, when I heard that, I started laughing. I was like, what the actual fuck is this? You know, I had never heard anything like it. You know, it blew my mind. And again, man, that is not a bad thing, all right? Here's my my copy, you know, Roadrunner Records. I guess it might be a little older. It must be before Metal Blade or something. I'm not even sure, whatever. I don't know anything about that nerd stuff, but here we go. It came with this, and I think there's some, yeah, rough mixes and stuff. It's a double LP, so regardless, when I first heard it, it blew my mind. I was like, you can do that? You know what I'm saying? you can do that and have it be badass, you know? And dude, yeah, I started it kind of warped my perception a little bit. I was like, I'd never thought about a band that would use like especially a band credited to being like one of the first extreme metal acts, something that inspired people, you know, like Mayhem and you know, all the other OG, you know, second wave black metal guys. It was like, I couldn't believe that was the thing, you know. Let's talk a little more King Diamond quick. My other favorite album, well, actually, no, these are my top three. I'll give you my top three off rip. So The Eye is also in my top three. I absolutely love this album. So many great tracks on here. Just an absolute banger. The guitar is amazing. The sound is amazing. This is just, you know, a little Metal Blades one. And then my other, probably my contender for number one. You know what? It probably is my number one now. I'd say Abigail's my number two. And Fatal Portrait is definitely my favorite King Diamond album. I know that's like the take that drives everybody insane. Oh, it's just the first album is whatever, man. I think the songwriting was best on here. There's just so many good tracks, dude. It's just an amazing album, dude. But regardless, yeah, dude. The first time I heard this stuff, I was absolutely cracking up. You know, Voodoo. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to, because I like this album, man. I don't think it's their best. I don't even know if it's as good as like some of the other ones that came before it. Spider's Lullaby is probably a little better. You know, there's definitely some, you know, people probably say Them as well. I'm not a huge fan of Them, but regardless, dude, I liked Voodoo. I like that Dimebag Darrell's on here, so I have a copy of it for myself. You know, man, so I started thinking about it and like, what were some other bands that I had that reaction to? It's kind of hard to say off rip, but I will say the most similar I can think of is one of my favorite bands of all time. Dude, the Zum Zum, Burzum, dude, you know, like the first time I heard Burzum, I was like, what the, those ripping vocals, man. It just sounded like a feral beast, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, dude, especially when tied in with the lore, before I really knew much about Varg or whatever, and I was just listening to the music on its own, I was like, what the fuck, you know? And it's almost even funnier when you think about Varg himself doing it, because I literally cannot picture Varg making the noises like the ones that are on here. Philosophem, I can see it, you know, but the Burzum debut, goddamn, dude, yeah, it just I cracked up because it was just so heavy, and again, that's not because it's a bad band. It's because it was so over the top. You know what I'm saying? There was nothing quite like that, you know, and I'd never heard anything like that before. So getting that reaction to me is something I've kind of searched for over the years in extreme metal. You know, I like stuff that makes me kind of go, huh? You know, I'm trying to think of it. Like, so a more recent one, I could kind of name off rip was that Burial, this Burial album here, Enlightened with Pain. When the vocals and stuff come in on Pale Shade of Humanity, dude, there's like this cadence to them, along with the you know, ripping guitars, like the way it climbs up, dude, and the kind of the rhythms and stuff on it. I started kind of cracking up a bit. I was like, this is fucking awesome, man. This is really good. You know, the shit had me cracking up a little bit because it was just so, again, excessively brutal. And so the groove, I think, was so unique and it caught me off guard. I think that's the thing, man, is I'm always looking to be caught off guard, and it's kind of rare, man, you know, and I guess that's a trait that's kind of underlying all these albums is I like something that catches me off guard, you know, and, you know, getting that response from me that, oh, this is like low key. I don't like, it's hard to call it funny, right? But like, I guess that's kind of what it is to some extent. Now, here's one example that's a little bit more on the nose, you know, and I talk about this band all the time, but the Mighty Anal Cunt, man, I Like It When You Die. When I first heard this, man, there are so many moments. This was the album that got me to love the Mighty AC, you know, but when I first heard this, there were so many moments on here where I started cracking up, you know what I'm saying? Where it was just like, even from they take that classical song, doom 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 doom. That's the intro on Jack Kevorkian is Cool, you know, and then it just goes into those classic AC vocals, like you know, you get those ripping Seth Putnam vocals, and I heard it and I started cracking up, dude. The shit made me laugh, man, and to me, that's just like the ultimate sign of like, whoa, you shocked me a bit, you know. So that's one of those things, man. If you're in a new extreme metal band or anything, I mean, maybe rather than trying to be the cool guy, the mysterious guy or something like that, I'd love to see more people go for shocking and like, I want to fuck your head up and make you like go, huh? You know, like that's kind of the reaction I'm always looking for, you know, because I think that shows that there's some uniqueness, there's something to you that makes you, you know, stand out a bit, something that makes you a little more original, you know. And I'm just talking though, you know. Who cares what I have to say? I'm a metal YouTuber. I get roasted constantly by you fuckers in the comments saying that I don't know jack. So yeah, I guess I don't, you know. Don't listen to my opinion if you don't like it. It's amazing how many people watch these videos and feel they have to give their 2 cents. But regardless, man, I'm getting off the topic now. I got a long day ahead. Go watch my video with Questy. Go check out the Buffmetal Unreleased files linked below. Dropped the hottest, the most banging, the strangest metal comp of the year. I'd put money on it, you know. So anyways, guys, that's all I have to say today. Hails, thanks for watching. Hoo-hoo.